seconds. T-minus 20 seconds.
Tiger blood pumping, robot is ready
10,
to go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tiger blood pumping, robot is ready to go. No place for land whales, because it's time to go. Trigger warning, the trigger warning show. Trigger warning, the trigger warning show. Trigger warning, the trigger warning show.
Yes, we're back for the Trigger Warning Show, and we've already lost a guest.
That's a great
What a
start.
start. Let's put him back. And yes, welcome back to the Trigger Warning Show. I believe we can call this episode 2. I think last week was better than a
pilot.
pilot episode.
So
Nothing
it's,
went wrong.
it's officially episode 1 now, is it?
Yeah, and we're up
Okay.
to 2.
Great.
Let's see if we get to 3. Though I've just been informed that next week is Thanksgiving, so we don't have those heathen sort of rituals in Australia. So we
Those pagan festivals.
we
no.
might be here, but it might be hard to get Artoo and Price of Reason back next week. They might be full of turkey and drunk. Is that true, fellas?
There
don't
there
know.
will be turkey.
Are you full
turkey
of
will
turkey and
be
drunk
had.
now?
I will be smoking the turkey for my family this year. So that will
Oh,
sounds
interesting.
painful.
I bet they're hard to light.
Oh no, barbecue is great. I love going out and smoking a turkey, smoking a ham. Yeah.
You'd need a big piece of paper to roll it in, wouldn't you? That's,
you
it
would
be
indeed.
Very, very difficult to do. So yes, we're back again to talk about the silliness, and what we've watched this week. So there's we've got to talk about Pluribus, which is a new series we're going to chat about, which looks very good. There's some Leslye Headland news, which we always have to bring up the price, and because he had a romantic evening with Leslye, so we can always
I'm the Leslye Headland expert.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes, and not many men are. So
I can't wait for that one.
he'll give us all the goss. But it's not just his story. She said something very interesting today, which was surprising. And but first we might have has everyone been well? Let me ask, is everyone well? How are you, Polly? How
I'm
are you,
very well,
Professor?
thank you.
Price, all good?
I'm okay. I think I have a bit of a sore throat recently, and I don't really know why. But aside
Leslye?
from that, yeah.
Was it Leslye? Like she doesn't
It
look
was
too
her.
clean. She might have given you a sore throat.
I think it was her. Yeah.
And now, first, we have to celebrate because they weren't even turned on last week. We have to celebrate the first super chat for the show from Shan4680. It pays to advertise versus random finding, Mr. Head, for $2. Thank you very much. And can we show these? Oh, here we go. Look, we're still learning the ropes. It's it does pay to advertise, even though I only advertised it about an hour ago. But that's better than not at all.
It is.
Yes,
Well, at least he was polite.
And legend.
Mr.
Yeah.
Head.
Yes, exactly. Yes. I don't normally get Mr. Head, especially on Twitter. It's more asshole and loser. So that's very lovely and very much appreciated. Now, do I do this again to get rid of it? Yes, there we go. It's all good. Let's just pretend I know what I'm doing. But before we get into the show, we're going to talk about. There's been a little bit of Star Wars news. It does this thing again. I hate how it does. No, not me. Make it that. So I wanted to get your opinion on this because Jon Favreau has said that the Mandalorian season 4 has already been written and it's been sitting on his desk since before. I don't know what he's talking about, since before the movie. Now, did we think that the movie was going to be the end of the story? Like, is this a surprise that they're thinking of season 4? Because for those that aren't up to date with Star Wars, and I'm guessing there's not many people that listen to me that aren't, but maybe for you, Polly, season 1 was good, well received.
Yeah.
Season 2 was also well received. There was parts of season 2 I like more than season 1. Season 3 was a bucket of shit. It was terrible. And they should have finished on season 2 because they had the great ending with Luke Skywalker coming in, taking away the green frog. And that should have been it. And if they come back, it should have been just Mando on his own. And maybe in the future when Grogu was bigger, they could have brought him back. But instead, the greatest thing in Star Wars ever, they brought Grogu back in a completely separate show. They put them back together in the it wasn't even in the same show. It was
I always wonder if that show that they brought him back was really going to be that show. I always feel like those were.
We should say, tell everyone, as if everyone doesn't know.
I mean, what happened was at the time, I remember Ming-Na Wen saying that she got screenplays for what was supposed to be Mandalorian season 3, but then they told her it was Book of Boba Fett. I remember her saying this in an interview, and I wonder if those 2 episodes from Boba Fett weren't supposed to be Mandalorian episodes.
Right.
Well, Mandalorian, I'm guessing it was originally meant to be Boba Fett, so it's a vicious circle they're in there.
Yes.
It never ends.
Yes, so is anyone hyped for the movie? Like, I've never, you couldn't imagine that the last movie was The Rise of Skywalker. There'd be this many years and they're just going to slot in an episode of a TV show as the next cinema release. And then apparently do season 4, which is, I mean, how excited can you be for the movie now that you know he's definitely not going to die? Grogu's not going to die.
So is this movie just like a Mando Grogu buddy flick? It's every which way but loose, except we've got Grogu instead of Clint Eastwood and Pedro Pascal instead of an orangutan.
Well, it would be good if it was like that, but it's more a babysitting show. So it's sort of like what was going to be a hard bounty hunter is now a babysitter for a cute puppet. So, pardon me. It's is this? Do you think this season 4 will get made?
I think it depends on the success of the movie, and I wonder how much they're spending on this movie, because if they made it like a TV episode, they used the volume and kept costs low and just did their stupid crap, and they actually make a few dollars at the theater, maybe then it's worth it for them. I can't understand how much they would spend on this. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Do we know a budget?
No. I don't. They're very secretive, aren't they? It's only when they make it in the UK that they have to release the budgets, isn't it? So is it getting made there? Who would know?
Do you think this is just going to be like one long episode of The Mandalorian and it's going to look like crap and just be some cash grab that they figure maybe a few people will accidentally go see this?
Yes.
I think that's a fair bet, yeah.
I was surprised how boring the trailer looked, because you can make any film look good in a trailer, but the trailer was
You'd think.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
The trailer was surprisingly boring and flat. And the big moment in
Surprisingly.
the big moment in the trailer was an AT-AT falling off a cliff, which made no fucking sense why it was on the side of the cliff at all. But it doesn't say much for the movie. So
we do actually have a budget. Looks like they did file for some tax credits with the California Film Commission, which means they did have to give some numbers, and so it looks like 166 million. When they get tax credits, that would be about 21. So 141, 145 looks like would be their expenditure on the movie. At least that's the numbers that they filed.
160 was just for Pedro.
for his mustache handler.
Yeah.
Because if he loses that mustache, he's in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Then
he loses his powers.
He does. That's not a lot of money for them, seeing what was it, 600 million on Andor and 250 million or something on the Acolyte. So how much faith do they have in this? Or is this just some of the series budget getting pushed across to make a movie? It feels so much like Kathleen Kennedy was just freaking out to get something back in the cinema, and because you think they'd be spending a bit more money than that. Not that they should, but you just think they would be.
Right.
This
I
is
mean,
the only thing that's really been popular for them. Has been this. I mean, the rest of the return of Star Wars made by Disney, has been fairly flat. Obviously, the original 3 films that they put out, the sequels, did well in the theaters. Weren't particularly loved by a lot of fans, but did well enough. But yeah, a lot of people that, as far as like fandom, Grogu's about the only thing they've got. I mean, unfortunately, I think the only thing they're going to get as far as ticket sales are a bunch of middle-aged women with Grogu tattoos. But
Yeah,
that's,
once you've got the
that's
little
about
dolly,
it.
isn't it
maybe
all
they're
over from
hoping
there?
that parents don't know what's going on, and they'll
Whatever.
just take them. They're looking for a movie. They'll look for
Yeah.
this one and just take them.
Grogu.
Possibly.
Grogu's so funny to me because they didn't even know he was going to be so popular, so they didn't have any
Right.
toys ready.
Nothing.
And then now that feels like a lifetime ago when all the toys were the rage.
Yeah.
And now they're
But
bringing
now
out a
they've
movie.
sold the toys. What now?
Yeah, but those kids are old now.
Because
They're not playing with Grogu
everyone's got a
anymore.
Grogu.
Like we said,
So-
there's tattooed women with septum rings.
Exactly.
You know, that and like you said, the tattoos of Grogu are the only people that are going to be going. But like you said, if it, as long as it's aimed at kids, parents need to find something to take kids to, so they know the name Mando and they'll take him along. But I do know. Go on.
I was going to say it needs to make like 360 something million worldwide. If it could do that, it'll at least break even, and it won't be a complete embarrassment. But even getting $360 million, if there's a movie with not a lot of hype, I don't know how easy it is.
And we're talking about Star Wars, isn't that incredible? Like the Star Wars films come
Yeah.
out, we're like, will it break even?
Yeah.
And that's the
Will-
conversation
will
around every
anyone
film
bother?
now. Yeah, will it break even? So it's but it's going to be fun on the internet when it comes out. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yes.
I just.
But no one wanted the Kylo movie either, did they?
No,
Nope.
the Kylo. Well, everyone said that sounded good because there's nothing good out.
Yeah.
So like
I would
Kylo
have liked
Ren.
to have seen that.
Kylo Ren as a character's, I think, popular.
Yeah.
Saying popular is weird, but I think everyone doesn't mind Kylo.
Yeah.
But he was in just such shit things. When I say Kylo Ren, whenever I say it in a video, I always get lots of comments that my Australian twang makes it sound like Carlo. Carlo Ren. So I cop a lot of shit about that. But in here, like to Polly, it sounds like Kylo Ren. But if it's sounding like Carlo out there, I do apologise. But that's the beauty of the Australian language. It's all comes out of the back
At
of
least
the
you
throat.
interpreted it. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Kylo Ren movie would have been a way better decision. I mean, I don't think they should make anything. I think they should take it out the back and put a bullet in its head. But, is that going to happen? We should,
Never.
no. But I do know how they save a bit of money. I saw this and I thought this might be interesting. Let me get this. Look, I shouldn't just keep commenting about how I'm trying to bring things up, but anyway, I'm going to till it's second nature here. Let me just find this I want to show. So open this. Did that play music all of a sudden?
Yeah.
So it's just a video I saw earlier today of it's a Star Wars cartoon, but they've copied the choreography from a fan film.
Okay.
And when I say copied, even the camera angles. So the guy. Let me show first. I should explain who it is. No, let me show you
So
the video.
who's the
now.
original artist?
So I've brought up the wrong thing now. I have to go back and find it. Just give me a second. Hang on, I'm hitting the wrong button. So we go here. Just talk amongst yourselves. So this is the guy that posted it, and his name.
But hang on, don't look. There's a super chat there
Oh, hang on.
from the Jeffinator, Jeffinator the Colossal.
Can you read out? This?
Congratulations, Robert Head, on the new show. I've been a viewer since the video on the Last Jedi Bombers. Love your videos and looking forward to more.
Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated for that.
Jeffinator is a legend.
He is a legend. I need to go through my sound effects and get one that thanks people in the most tremendous way possible. Maybe me groaning or something with delight. That $5 is very, very grateful. That's more than YouTube's paid me in quite a while, so I'm grateful for that. Viewer since the Last Jedi Bombers. Yes, that was a good video. Man, did I used to get views back then? Those were the days. So, thank you.
That's before Disney set their sights on you.
Yes, I got gossip about that. I should bring that up at some
Yeah.
stage. Thank you, Jeffinator. Great name. So this was posted by, is it Lauren? Why am I trying to pronounce that? Can anyone else pronounce that? Lauren Zeed Yoshi, something like that. And they made this fan film and they've compared it to, I think it's a recent Star Wars cartoon. And it's quite amazing how close it is. Let me just get rid of this and bring up the video and we can, I can show you how close it is. Let's open this. Did you see that?
That is evil.
Sorry if you're listening
Why
out
don't they
there
just
and not
hire
watching.
these people?
Yes,
Seriously.
This is how they're saving money. I'll show it again, but I just thought a bit for those out there. We've got up top is the fan film, which looks quite good.
Yeah.
Looks quite amazing for a fan film.
Does.
And at the bottom is a Star Wars production. What show is it? Does anyone know what show it is?
It's
got it
Star Wars
listed there.
Visions.
Visions.
Star Wars
yeah, I
Visions.
never watched it.
And
Yeah, I've only watched
Visions.
a couple of them.
yeah, Star Wars Lacking Vision. That's correct. And it's go play. Even the angles.
The cuts. The angles are the same. The cuts are in the same place.
How can this be? How can they do this with no repercussion? I mean,
shouldn't
can
get
they
away
just
with
do
this.
that?
It's
Look at that
quite.
fan film. It's great.
Yep.
But like, if not even if a low budget film did this, or any company, or I don't know, if another YouTuber copied someone this much, they people would be having a go at them.
Yeah, it does happen though.
Yes, this is one of the biggest studios in the world, and this is what they're doing, just completely copying
So corrupt.
some fan film and not saying a word about it. And like when you hear it's copied, it's like, oh, I want to see how much it's copied. It's like identical to the fan film.
Why can't they hire actual creative people? Like contact these people.
That did happen once before. Just Price a Professor. What was some guy made something? Didn't he maybe fix Luke's face at the end of Mando season 2? Didn't he? Was it someone
Yes,
did something
Shamak.
like that?
Something. I think his name was Shamak, and I think they hired him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
ended up
hearing
working.
something about that. Yeah.
I think they should sack everyone there and just go online and hire people that make fan films. They couldn't do worse than that they're doing at the moment. So
You've got a super chat from Papa Pumpkin.
Papa
Oh,
Pumpkin.
he's gone from my screen.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagiarism the Way?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And $5. Thank you very much, Papa Pumpkin. I like Papa Pumpkin's face. They look very happy.
Yeah, I like the face.
The yes, so and this is only like what you see that they copy. So I'm guessing I mean, do they have a studio that's actually making this, or is this getting subcontracted out to India somewhere that they're making these shows? But how many things are they ripping off? Like this is just one that the creators complaining about. There's probably a ton of things that we don't know about that they copy the whole time.
That's all I do.
Yes, they're losers. That's for sure. Not like us. So now we should talk about something we've been watching. All of us have seen. But before we do that, of course, we have to play the jingle for what you're watching, which someone made a comment about this, but we'll get back to that later, what they said.
What you want? What you want? What you want? What you want? What you watching? What you watching? Fill your eye holes, not your pie holes, or your other holes. Nah, watching. What you watching? Robot head is watching, bitch.
I like the scream.
What have we been watching? What I'm watching is this screen. Not do what I want. There we go. Pluribus. That's what we've been watching. And it's a new series on, is it Apple Plus, I believe? I should know because obviously I'm paying
On
for Apple Plus. And that's how I'm watching it. I'm not downloading it anywhere and watching it that way. I'm watching it the proper way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
By the creator of, what did he do? He did
Breaking
it's Vince
Bad.
Gilligan.
Breaking Bad.
So he did Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Yeah.
And first off, I had to look up what pluribus meant, but obviously you Americans must know what it means.
Why?
Well, it is printed on our money.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it is Latin, a pluribus unum.
Yes.
Is that how you
From
say it?
many, one.
Yes.
So,
Well, it says out of many one.
Out of
But
many
I'm
one,
reading
yeah.
from Wikipedia, and Wikipedia.
Yeah,
just
it's translating between languages. So.
yes, from Latin to America, not going near English at all.
just bypassing.
So I was excited to watch this show, and the main reason I was excited was Price of Reason was telling me about it, and he said there's only 3 episodes. What I didn't understand is he meant there's only 3 episodes out so far, because I watched it this week. I thought he meant 3 episodes total. I thought, that means it must be a good idea, because I get sick of these. Well, it's in between. I wish they would just do a series that's like a whole year, like 20 episodes like they used to, or keep it short. Like it seems to, for some reason, drag when it's like 8 or 9 episodes. I thought, if it's 3,
and then you get filler happening. Yeah.
well, I thought 3, Price, you did this to me. I thought 3 is going to be a really good idea that they've just thought of, and it's going to be in and out quickly.
It's going to be punchy and sweet.
No, what I was trying to tell you is that since other shows you didn't watch them and you're going to have to catch up on like 20 episodes, this was your best bet because there were only 3 of them and I knew you could do it.
Yeah.
Well, I was excited, and it was probably halfway through the 2nd episode. I was thinking, man, how are they going to wrap this up in 1.5 more episodes? So I quickly jumped online and saw there's going to be 9 episodes.
Yeah, 9 episodes total for the season. Yeah.
Yes, which sort of worries me a bit that it could drag, but with 3 episodes, and listen, there might be spoilers here, but nothing that you wouldn't have seen in the trailer, really. We've only seen 3 episodes. I think the 4th one comes out soon. Actually, I think the 4th one
it's
comes
today.
out in 6
We might
minutes.
have to stop halfway through this. And
Yeah, we'll just watch the 4th episode and call that a live stream.
Yeah,
I think it comes out tomorrow. I don't know what it's like for you.
I think it's 1
out
p.m.
today.
Yeah, I think it's in 6 minutes. I thought it would be the same time around the world. That's why I thought it was in the middle of the day here, but maybe not. So we need to discuss, is it good? And is it woke? Because I know that's what people want to know. But we'll save the wokey bit for first. That could be an argument from what I've heard. I'm not sure what everyone thinks about that. We'll have to get back to that. But so the show, how do we explain the show? It's is it alien invasion or like a zombie show? It's
humanity's trapped.
It's kind of all those things, really. And I think that's the biggest surprise. The way that they marketed this early on had nothing to do with viruses transmitted from space, and it was just, there's something that makes everybody happy, and she's immune, and so she's the most miserable person while everyone else is happy, which is, of course, not where they went with this at all. This is actually a pretty deep sci-fi concept.
It is,
when you consider like all of the philosophical things you're thinking about, like, individuality versus collectivism, this collective consciousness, what does that mean for humanity? It's surprisingly deep as far as some of these sci-fi and philosophical ideas go. How well they executed on it, I don't know.
That's the scary part. Can they pull this off? But like you're saying, it's a lot deeper. It's for the sci-fi. It's in that lot more interesting territory than something like Lost. That's just like a polar bear in the jungle. They're just like, we're trying to be weird and we'll work it out later. And I stuck with that bloody show for years. Yes, and in the end, they didn't give a shit what happened. They just threw it all in a bag and chucked it in the river. But
the worst part is that J.J. Abrams saw that and figured he could just copy paste that onto everything else, like Star Wars. He could just do the same thing. He just puts a bunch of stupid mysteries and runs away.
It definitely doesn't have that feel. It gives you a lot to think about this show. So we get these messages from space. It looks beautiful too.
It does.
I haven't watched a lot of the Apple content, but it looks like it's very professional.
Yeah, it's very well produced. Yeah, they generally, all the stuff they do make is really well produced. Now, whether it's well written or not is a mixed bag. But obviously this is written by the same guy who made these other shows, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. The writing, the dialogue, really solid.
Oh yeah,
I thought it really hooked us, like visually, right from the get go. You know, with all the the rows of the satellite dishes, and we saw them from every angle and everything. It was very satisfying, a little visual feast,
Mm-hmm.
And you had all the scientists working in the lab in those pastel-coloured jumpsuits. Everything was really sort of coordinated and
The visual storytelling's as good as the sort of dialogue.
Yes. It
was,
Like
yeah.
I think the start of the second episode was like first 10 minutes at least was no dialogue. Like and it explained so much of the story. So everyone in the earth, not
But it was
everyone,
kind of also already visually sort of suggesting, like, are we already all living on autopilot? You know what I mean? Just the way everything was functioning.
yes, and the excitement of discovering, this signal from outer space.
Oh, yeah.
And then they realise
The friend group of nerds. Did you notice they had a little sticker on the back of the laptop actually saying the word nerds?
well, in case we missed it.
Yeah, in
yes.
case we missed it.
So they said this signal. It's for those who don't know, and they realise it's a what would you call it? Not a virus. They don't know it's a virus.
It's a gene sequence.
Thank you.
For RNA. Yeah. So and this does. I mean, they did some science in here. They made sure that they were kind of putting things together. So you do see that they at one point mentioned that the signal is coming from around 600 light years away.
Yeah.
Later
And every
on, they do
78
show
seconds.
us. Yeah, later on they do show us actually when she's talking to not the president. She's talking to the undersecretary of agriculture, I think, who it was. She's talking to on the television. They actually show a little map, and it shows a star system, and I'm forgetting right now what it was, but it is actually I remember I was curious, went to go look it up, and it is actually a star system. It's about little over 600 light years away. That is one of the first identified exoplanets that's in the habitable zone. So they did actually throw a little bit in there to say, like, hey, look, that we're actually like, this is a place where there could have been, there could be life on a planet out there in space. So I thought that was interesting.
And they've sent us the solution to make everyone happy, except for, is it 6-7 people it didn't work on?
There
I think
were
11.
Yeah, there were 11 to start with, and then they said, or no, there were 12 to start with, her and 11 more. And then
Right,
there was one more that they discover
Oh, yeah.
throughout in the second episode, I think, or at the end of the first
That's right, because she wants to speak to them on the phone.
An article I saw to explain. So she like her partner gets. A lot of people don't survive; they get killed, and her partner's one of them. And someone described her in an article as the angriest person in the world. Is left with everyone happy. But to me, she just seems quite normal. Like
She's just an open book emotionally. And I guess she's a hair trigger. But I guess, she's meant to be an alcoholic, right?
But she's also
Absolutely.
married.
An alcoholic,
she's saying
And
she's
she's
a hair
also
trigger.
married, and she has to deal with the general public with her book writing. Like, she just seems like every YouTuber or artist I know that just is angry with life. She doesn't seem that out of place. So she now has to survive.
She kind of mocks her own work, doesn't she? She
Oh, she
has a
absolutely does, yeah.
disdain for her own fans.
She writes romance novels.
So someone asked her if she at one point if they were supposed to know her, and she says, "I don't know. Are you a fan of mindless crap?" So yeah, she has a lot of disdain for her own work. But
I have the same description about my YouTube channel. It's if people do they like mindless crap, then they might like the channel. The visually laying out of this story I thought was very well done at the start. It's enjoyable to watch when I like, and Polly, I believe you do too, like zombie films. I think we're nearly at the end of what they can do with zombies. And it had a bit of a zombie feel, but a completely new twist. And one of my favourite scenes at the start, everything's going crazy. Partners, she's been to a hospital, everyone's freaking out, and she's driving away, and we're watching her drive away and out through the back window. Where normally you get a shot like that, there's just destruction
and there's
zombies.
chaos.
Yeah,
with
and
everyone
total
frantic
chaos.
chasing.
zombies are jumping on people and ripping them apart and that. And in the background, you start realizing that they're all doing good deeds, like they're grabbing fire extinguishers and putting
actually,
out fires and
So it's sort of-
lifting people up.
It's actually
and
quite
helping them.
serene when you watch it.
Yeah, it's weird. She's freaking out, and everyone in the background's actually doing the right
Ra-
thing.
Random car pulls up, and then they help a guy into the car who's missing a leg, and then someone follows up behind him carrying the leg.
Well, she couldn't get into her
Okay.
own car, right? Because there
Yeah.
was
Yeah, because she had. Yeah, she has.
because she'd had a drink.
She has an interlock on her car, clearly indicating that she has been arrested for drinking and driving a few times.
And she can down those drinks. Like, I don't know. Like, in reality, she's pouring full glasses of vodka and sculling them down and then pouring another one. And, like, I like a drink. I think most of us do, especially we in Australia here. We like to down quite a few. But my God, she would have killed herself by halfway through the first episode. She,
Yeah.
I feel like you drink a lot in Australia, more than we do.
I feel we do.
yeah.
Don't you start at like 4 in the afternoon? You have to already be at a pub drinking.
Well, shouldn't I have started just yet? Have I started too early today? Hang on, what time is it there? We're on your time. It's like 9 o'clock at night or something, isn't it? That's
It's
fine
9
for
PM,
me.
yeah.
Drinking.
Nine
so-
somewhere. So
Yes, the drinking culture in Australia. It used to be way worse, but now it's all better, I should say. And now it's calmed down quite a bit. I mean, the youth aren't as into it, are they? They're sort of,
yeah.
living
They're more
online.
mellow.
Yes,
They're
they're not
lame.
into it. But this
The
woman,
youth sucks these days.
yeah, the youth does suck.
It's true though.
They have smartphones. They don't need any other kind of drug.
And screaming
They're
at
no fun.
clouds, I like being the old man telling off the youth.
No, but they're no fun. That's the truth.
So explain what
just-
happens with this. So this hive mind takes over
Yes.
everyone's body, right?
Yep.
And but that was a great scene.
Oh, it
Well,
really
explain
was.
Yeah.
When they're
Yeah.
spreading the virus.
Yes,
Yes, well, they spread it through kissing, well, saliva,
and licking.
and licking.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Interesting choice. It's not the first contagion spread this way to humans.
This is the story of what would happen.
It won't
if
be the
lesbians took
last.
over. This is the lesbian dream world. So licking and kissing is how you spread the disease.
There you go. And as you said, like with the kind of zombie stuff is kind of played out now, and so
Yeah,
the
sadly.
way that they took this, it's not the traditional zombie behavior, right? But it's still it's the people are behaving in a way that humans don't behave.
It's more like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Exactly. Yeah,
You
it's
know,
much
so we've
more
got
like
these
an Invasion of the Body
emotionless
Snatchers.
duplicates of humans, like a stepford wife kind of veneer.
Well, and then the way that they're sort of all coordinated and doing things, at
Talking
the
in
same
unison.
time in the same way, and then they don't have to communicate with each other. They're
Yeah,
just
that was interesting.
there's no words between anybody that's in this
It's
collective
essentially
mind.
one voice, right?
Yeah,
But
so
the way the way they
when they're
explain
working
that
together, yeah.
was done so well, especially at the start of the second episode when she. So they start with this woman who we don't know, and she's filthy, and she's helping a body out of a car in the Middle East somewhere. I think we looked up. We tried to work out where it was from the airport. But I
Right,
can't
yeah.
remember now. And
Yeah.
she's pulling
Was
a
it
body
Tangier
out.
or somewhere?
Yeah,
Tangier.
and this was like no dialogue for a good 10 minutes, and then someone pulls up on a scooter, and she just walks up and gets on the scooter, puts the helmet on, and starts driving off. And I think I said to you, Paul, I said, "Do you think everyone can now drive a scooter?"
Yes.
Thinking that was an interesting thing, but they fucking can because she drives to the airport
Everyone
and
can
hops in
do
a
everything.
carrier, an aircraft, like huge aircraft, and takes off from the airport, and you can tell she's not a pilot. And it was just a very interesting way to explain to us that everyone works together. Even when she was getting on the plane in the background, someone was getting on the scooter and putting the helmet on and driving off.
Yeah.
And just visually, if I haven't explained it well, audience, it was very fascinating to watch and just explain clearly how they all work together as one mind.
So
It
the
was-
one mind essentially is just fragmented, but it's just the one mind that knows everything.
Yes.
Did you hear this theory that I've been hearing that this show is a spiritual sequel to a Twilight Zone episode from the 50s or something?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Supposedly, Third from the Sun,
Yes.
there's an episode about some guy that's on a different planet and he wants to run away from there because he thinks there's a nuclear disaster. So he actually takes his family on a spaceship and goes to Earth. And I guess there's people that are wondering because this Carol character has the same last name as he had.
Oh,
People are wondering,
yes.
are they going to imply that she's from another planet and that's why she's immune? I know that sounds really weird, But
Yeah.
that stuff that people are saying could be
Yeah.
complete nonsense.
I've heard a few of those theories. I've heard a few people talking about stuff like that. I don't know about the, that, oh, she's a descendant of aliens that came from another planet. That would be rather strange, since we do see, other people who are immune, but they have family members, genetically related family members, like children, who are
Is the
not
fact
immune.
that she's immune something to
So-
do with the fact that it's her, like when she has sort of outbursts of anger, that's when they collapse, right? That's when
Yes.
it sort of disables them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something to do with her frequency, like the frequency of anger or something.
That was a good little. So we find out when she flips out in their face, which you would do, and she's very good, the actress. I believe her when she's
she's
screaming
great.
and
she's
yelling.
good.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
very talented.
Yeah, it's Ray Seahorn, and yes, she's a
amazing.
great actress. She really is.
When she screams in their face, they all collapse, and I'm thinking, what a great power! Like, just but the show keeps doing
Would come in
this.
handy.
Yeah, I'd be like sitting up on a crown saying, do all my doings, or I'm just going to scream, in your face, and like you'll all drop down. But then they explain that we come to find out later that them all dropping down, and even the way they explain this is very good. It's very visual. That when they all drop down, that people die. Like around the world, people die every time she screams at them. So she has this virtual superpower that she has to be very careful about how she uses it. Well, she can't really use it.
So what they don't actually explain, though, and this is, I want a little explainer of this. Are these people and the people that died initially, which by the way we didn't talk about that one initially, when all of these people were infected, they tell us in the second episode that there were 800 million people who were killed.
Yes,
that doesn't
Just a few.
seem like that's possible, just from accidents and stuff like that would happen. It sounds like that the virus was actually killing a lot of people.
Well, I
So-
assumed it was the virus
Yeah.
killing them. Like I
Yeah.
know her
Well,
partner slammed their head on the ground.
Yeah, and people, like all planes would drop,
Planes
all
would
buses
fall,
would crash,
cars
all
crash,
trains
yeah.
would crash. You know what I mean? Every car would crash.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
thought it was just some people couldn't handle the virus.
And so that's what I'm curious about, is when she gets angry and people start, tweaking out or whatever, are they dying because the virus is doing something to them, or is it because they're dying in accidents?
Accidents.
I
probably.
assumed it. Yeah, I assumed it was accidents because when she goes to see what's happening, and like there was a crane with someone hanging off it, and an
Yeah.
old lady had hit her head. So I'm assuming it's accidents every time. And then she meets another woman, a very annoying woman, an Indian woman who also hasn't been affected, but when she did flip out, her grandfather died in a car accident. So I assume it's
right,
just
so-
accidents everywhere that are killing people. But I think initially it was the virus that also killed people because they were loading up dead bodies in the back of trailers and driving around and collecting
Or
people.
collecting
So, yeah. Sorry, I just have to interrupt. I have another super chat. I'm very excited about the super chats. Would you say Shane? How would you
Shan.
say? Shan,
Yeah.
4680, another $5. We will be drinking today. Writing this from the drug and alcohol detox place I work
Oh,
at.
you're awesome.
Man, what a time to say I'll be drinking today with his $5. He might want to take that $5. Don't take it back. I'll use it for something more responsible. People build up impressive alcohol tolerances. 1 bottle of vodka a day and not dying doable.
Wow.
I remember hearing that Ronnie Wood from Rolling Stones had a beer tap put into his back garden so he didn't have to go back in the house to pour beer. But that was
Because he wouldn't want to move.
that was for refreshment, and he was drinking either 1 or 2 bottles of vodka a day.
Ooh.
Yeah, a day.
Wow.
So I'm guessing that goes in the morning coffee, and it's just constant top ups.
Oh my, yeah. Shan's got a follow up to that one too.
Yeah, he does to another $2.
Oh,
He's
Shan.
got. You still shouldn't do 1 bottle.
Yeah.
No,
good on
you
you,
absolutely
Shan.
should not.
You're right, Shan.
I thought he was encouraging us to give it a shot.
No.
Thank you very much for the $2.
Yeah, I have a good friend whose daughter is out an alcoholic, and a couple of years ago she nearly died. She's been on the wagon for a while. She's been in good shape. She's been in a good place, but she lost her job and lots of stuff fell apart. And so she ended up back drinking again. And she tried to go back to drinking the same amount she did when she was an alcoholic. And nearly took herself out with that. So
that's what
you do
Amy
not want
Winehouse
to.
did. Amy Winehouse cleaned herself up, and then
But wasn't
and then
it her
relapse
sudden stopping?
and
it was the stopping and starting again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not good. Not good. So thanks for that advice to not do that.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
Vodka's a hard one because it's like just spicy water, isn't it? Like even this show, she's drinking glasses of vodka, and that just, I don't know what, like bourbon or something, I understand, but just a straight glass of vodka sounds a bit.
I think you can trick your brain. It's just spicy water.
Yeah, I think so. And we even see, I want to call the other people robots or droids or something.
what are they?
But we don't even really, they're just humans.
Well, just the collective.
Yes.
We'll
that
call
have been
them
infected.
the collective.
So we even see her have a few drinks, which is interesting. She talks her into having a drink with her.
Is that why she collapses? No.
And when I say her, they send her a woman.
That's right. Sorry, but she just goes on a rant. Like she sounded like ChatGPT on vodka, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
She just did a rant on the
But I
history
think
of
they
vodka.
can just rant on anything because everyone in the world knows everything. So obviously we've talked about they can fly planes and that. But so any subject, anything they want to talk about, everyone knows everything about it. And she does meet these other people that haven't been infected, but they have family members, which brings up a whole nother question about whether you should join the collective or not. And
But they have family members who are now part of the collective, is what you're saying, yeah?
yes,
Yeah.
and one's like a young child, and I like how she explains to the mum that child is
that
also
was
your
brilliant.
gynecologist and also your ex-lovers and things like that.
Yes.
And then to prove it to her during lunch, what does she asked the boys? The boy had
What kind of speculum would you use for a
Yeah.
pelvic exam? And he starts answering because he can't help but answer. That we learned that in the third episode, that they have to do anything they ask. So
and they won't kill anything. So they have to do anything to make these people happy, answer any questions. And they're also against killing anything, which I'm sure is going to be a problem further down the track. But Price, you haven't said much. What are you thinking, Price, of this show?
I like the idea. I think that it's a high concept. It's exactly the kind of thing that I would like. The only thing that I worry sometimes is that these type of shows, there's only so far that they can go before falling off a cliff. Now, the guy that's doing this show, he's very, very talented. So it's not a J.J. Abrams situation. You could tell even in these 3 episodes, it's not a J.J. Abrams. He actually put thought into his ideas. You could tell that this is way more sophisticated and way more well-crafted than something that JJ or one of those other ones could come up with. At the same time, even a guy like this, you never know. He started off at as the X-Files. Before he did Breaking Bad, he was actually, he kept rising through the ranks of the X-Files, starting off as a writer, and eventually maybe in some seasons, maybe he became the showrunner. So he was very respected there. And obviously X-Files had a lot of good ideas, but even the X-Files, I feel like at some point they kind of went started jerking off a little bit. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
And
do
that's
know
how he
that
landed the
term.
role of Californication.
Yes, with the jerking off.
Yes.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say. I
Yeah.
really wanted some kind of coherent closure from X-Files, and at some point it just kept meandering around. So I wonder to myself if he's going to learn those lessons and he's really bringing a story that he's thought of all the different moving parts, because if he's on his A game, I think he can deliver something good, but I'm just not 100% sure, so that's why I'm a bit cautious.
It always has that feeling, and that's what goes back to when you said 3
That's
episodes.
how you feel
I
when you
thought-
see something that's really good, though. You're nervous that it's going to all collapse.
Well, that's why the 3 episodes I thought it must be a complete idea. Otherwise, they would have done it longer.
Yeah.
When I heard it was 9, it was like, oh no, is this season 1? Because it's one of these things where you don't want it to go too long because you want to just know what's going on. Like, how much can they do with this idea?
Yeah.
so far they've done a lot of cool
I
things.
love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, it's been really good so far. But yeah, you wonder sort of how far can they take it? And
Yeah.
is the ending going to be that she's Poochie and she has to go back to her planet in the end?
I don't want an ending.
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I like all the questions. I like the
Yeah,
questions more than the
yeah.
answers.
You must love J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
He just,
wouldn't go
Boy,
that
have
far.
I got a director for you.
yeah, he just has questions. Well,
But you've got to admit there are a lot of questions with this one
there's questions and there's questions. So there's
that are
like,
fascinating, though, this one.
there's lost why the polar bear's in the jungle.
No.
And it's never, well, it was explained, who cares? But then there's questions here that put the thought in your brain, like, how would you react, or
Yeah.
what is better, because I swear to God, there's
There's some
politicians.
big questions in this one. Yeah.
I swear to God, there's politicians watching this thinking, this looks perfect. We take over the food because they start collecting all the food. We have people getting slotted into any job we tell them to do. They start turning off the lights at night to save energy. And
They do. There are no mobiles, no. Yeah.
No cell
This
So
was-
we've got only landline phones.
this will be New York in a couple of months. This is how they'll be running it. But
Won't take long.
I enjoyed seeing all the landlines. That was fun.
I like when a show has to depend on something like a landline. But let's ask our American friends. In Australia, virtually no one has a landline anymore. Like maybe there's some old people hanging
Yeah.
on.
Does anyone have a landline?
Do you guys still have landlines?
I have a landline.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'll be
I was
right.
going
when
to say
this
just
happens.
old
Is
people
it-
have landlines. but yeah.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay.
No, but
For the most part, a lot of people do not have landlines anymore.
Yeah.
But it just depends.
for me, the reason I have it is because I think I got a line for free with my cable. So
Yeah.
they're just like,
Yeah.
here's a phone or here's a line. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And
Yeah.
then I never gave the number to anybody. So nobody has my number. And it's true. Nobody
And
has
you like
my
it that
number.
way.
Right. And sometimes it actually rings and it's usually a telemarketer from India usually.
They're no good anyway. The old copper lines used to work even if the power went down, but now it's all through the internet anyway. So if the power goes
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
it goes down anyway.
So what's the significance of that in this show? Explain. Like, what do you think?
Well, they got rid of all the cell phones, didn't they? I don't know why. I don't know why the cell phones.
Well, they
are
wouldn't need
gone.
them.
True.
They
can all
don't need
talk
They
to each
they
other.
literally
don't
don't
need
need them. They don't need
Yeah.
any kind of communication. That's
no.
why they're.
So if
they're-
the
they
only
don't-
people that need them are the humans, then why?
Yeah. They wouldn't bother, and that's why they're turning off the lights. And they in the one episode they accidentally turn her lights off, and they're like, "Oh,
Unless
sorry."
there's something, maybe
You
there's
didn't-
something about the cell phones that has a frequency that they can't handle, and it's just a big bluff.
Well, it
That's
could
possible.
be. If it was J.J. Abrams, it sounds like something he would do.
Yep.
And they never tell you why.
I think it is just a real focus that this hive mind has on efficiency for everything. We see that with it evidenced in a few different areas. We did mention that they won't how they won't kill anything, and I'm
Yeah.
really curious as to where they might go with that. How
They
far
said they
that
cannot
actually goes.
purposefully end
Yeah.
life, is what they said.
So they can't. So they won't even step on an insect. So, literally, they have absolutely no survival instinct whatsoever. So any animals that they mentioned letting animals out of the zoo and how there were a bunch of maulings from letting out tigers and lions and stuff like that. So how I wonder, like just in this story, like how far is this going to go? Are they against, say, using antibiotics? But because if it's all one hive mind, humans are the ones that are part of the hive mind. They're just meat. They don't need all of them, right? If one of them gets sick, it's doesn't matter.
And the body
They're
just
just hardware.
vessels virtually. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're just
they're just
walking
hardware.
around vessels, and they're all this one mind anyway. The introducing of the families that she's the only one that's alone was a good little twist too. Like not really twists, but just these little ideas just keep appearing because at first you're thinking, oh, would this be so bad? And and then they arrive with families, and you're like, oh god, if your family was all part of it, would you think of joining?
Yeah.
And then the Playboy guy arrives which was a funny joke.
So his life's all just surrounded by fembots.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he arrives in Air Force One, just like because you can ask
Just
for
because you
anything.
can.
Yeah.
She came in like just a normal plane, and he's
And he's
arriving
like,
in Air
this
Force-
doesn't feel like the end of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah, he's just laying
he
pipe
can
everywhere.
ask for all the pussy he wants. And they're happy to give it to him.
And he's drinking. They're making him cocktails, and he's like, "Yeah, it doesn't feel like the end of the world at all. Like he's having a great time." So that is all set up really well. Like it's just. So I think I'm get what you were saying before, Polly, that you don't need the answers. A lot of the questions they're setting up are enjoyable to think about how you would react in them anyway, you know. But yeah, I do need some answers by the end.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we'll get something by the end.
I
I like
really
at the
hope,
lunch table, she says to all of them, remember she sort of has a fair drink. I think she has a bit to drink. Then she kind of points at each of them and says, you know, you are all special. But then by the end of that conversation, she's saying, you're all traitors to the
You're
human
all
race.
traitors. Yes.
I mean, I like this actress. She was actually really good in Better Call Saul, so I think she was a good choice for this thing. And I like that there's different ideas here. It's not a standard show. You know you're watching at least a show that's decent
It
if you're
is,
watching something that doesn't feel like every other show you're watching. And between the cinematography, the directing, the screenwriting, I think that this show is quality. But I'm hesitant to really say a lot of good things before I see all 9 episodes of the first season. I think that I'll be able to evaluate then if this thing is really picking up steam or if it's going to end up like Severance.
Severance. Actually, I haven't made it to the end of Severance.
That says it all.
Yeah,
Well,
that's sort of
you
annoyed
can-
me the whole way through that show.
Yeah, at least for now, you can stop at season 1. I don't know what they're going to do with the third season, but season 2 was disappointing.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't get to season 2.
Season 1, the first few episodes of Severance really require patience. And because everybody was telling me how interesting it was, I struggled and I made it through. And then at the end, I did actually get into it. And as I was thinking, okay, this is kind of cool, let's see where they go with it, then season 2 came and they just went off a cliff, in my opinion.
Oh,
At
really?
least- yeah, but at least with this Pluribus thing, I can say that from the first moment, it's at least intriguing. You
It is
know,
intriguing, yeah.
the last episode, I think maybe I could have had less of her watching Golden Girls or whatever it was. but generally,
It was only
speaking-
2 episodes. Come on.
Now, I like they're sort of going into the cliches of the lesbian life, and I loved when she went to go for a weapon and she had some golf clubs, and that might be just me, but that made me laugh too. Like she's watching Golden Girls, she's into golf.
Is that a cliche, is it?
That's what lesbians do.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they're into golf.
yeah, drinking and Golden Girls. The Golden Girls is the.
And ice hotels. Remember that one? In
And
Norway?
yes, yeah.
I was 100% with her on that. These people that stay in ice hotels, what the fuck are they thinking?
It's
was-
only negative 46 in here, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You must
balmy.
have like run out of every other possible option.
They do things in this show that it shows you how much these storytelling tricks are abused in other shows. Like in this, they jump back in time, and the time thing's done really well with that clock that keeps coming up. It was counting down
Oh, yeah.
until sort of D-Day when everything happened, and then it was counting up, and then when we do jump back in time, it counts the other way, which I like. And in this show, it's needed. But
It is.
reminding me that every fucking show now has jump back in time episodes. Like maybe I'm just burnt by Star Wars that do all
well-
that shit all the time. But
I think it depends on if it feels significant or if it feels tokenistic.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like I Am Legend, you had it sort of like the sort of counting of the days and everything. It was really significant to the story. Severance had it a bit. Alien Earth kind of just threw in a flashback episode, which just felt really tokenistic. And you get that feeling like things are fading. So crank out the defibrillators, you know, and give it a jolt, you know, to get the whole thing going again. That's sort of what it feels like sometimes when they do the
Star
time
Wars
jump.
shows virtually time at the same. That by the 4th or 5th episode, we have a jump back in time episode
Yeah.
to show what's going on. It fucking gives me the shits. But in this show,
We've got fatigue from it.
it works. But it's like all the things they're doing in this, like, is all interesting. It just shows that all these other shows just do it as a fucking gimmick, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
try and keep interest going.
Yeah.
But is this show in any way woke?
Well, it does star a lesbian.
They exist. You're allowed to have lesbians in your show.
Yes, and she's apparently a sort of a man-hating lesbian at that. So
They also exist.
they all yes.
that
Again,
most of
does
them?
that make it woke? I
But isn't
can't
she an
say
everyone hater?
specifically.
Isn't she an everyone hater, really?
Yeah, I think so.
You know?
She does seem to be. Yeah.
Because they didn't give the best impression of sort of the women that are into romance novels either at the start of the show, like all lining up to get their books signed.
Oh my God, I laughed so hard. If you've ever stood in line to have stuff signed by somebody, by a star, oh my God, you see all of those people. All of them. The one that brought their sword with them to show it.
Oh, yeah.
To show it to the author. You see that person. You see the person who can't stop asking questions about the books. You see the person who wants to know all about, who inspired, this character or whatever. Like, oh my God, that scene was perfectly done.
The writing's so spot on too, and like when they were reading the comments to the reviews of her book, and it's like all of us get comments for things online here, and it was just felt so realistic the way she was reading the comments, even though they were positive towards her. They're sort of all written in strange ways that they had to decipher, what people were saying about the book, and even her attitude of like hating her own career. But then when her partner said that she was on the bestseller list, she was very concerned of how high she was on the bestseller list.
Where am I in the top 20? Down the bottom of the top 20 or up the top?
So you're reserved on the show, Price. Do you think? Because I had some people have been saying is it woke or not, but I left this comment up.
It's
from
mildly. I want to stop short of saying it's woke. Until now, at least from what I've seen of Vince Gilligan, he's never really jumped on that bandwagon. I think that for the most part, Vince Gilligan usually really focuses on storytelling. With that being said, I have to wonder what this creative choice is, because there's nothing wrong with a lesbian character, and I don't think that it's ruining my enjoyment of the show until now. I think that compared to a lot of other shows, the way they do it, they didn't. If she's a lesbian, she's not a perfect woman. Usually, if it's like Disney and they have a lesbian, then everybody, the what do I call it? When Moses parted the ocean?
Yes.
Are we getting into what lesbians do now?
No, I'm saying that like the ocean's part for her. You know what I mean? Usually if it's a Disney Plus show.
Oh, those lesbians really part the ocean, man.
They
really do.
They're
Sorry,
spreading that ocean apart.
I'm choosing the wrong imagery here, I think. You can think of something else to describe it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Everybody bows down to them and tells them how great they are.
Oh, yeah, they bow down.
I know what you mean, Price. Yeah, that is the thing that's kept me from saying, "Oh, this is just woke. I'm walking away." She's not perfect. She is absolutely not some kind of perfect character. She's actually probably. I mean, I think this is the setup. She is the most miserable person.
Right.
That's what it
and
works.
she was, but she was before this all happened.
She's not perfect. That's the big difference, and that's what the arguments online never understand. It's like, oh, you hate women, or incel, and it's like, no, they're not real people. They're just slotting them in and making them perfect, and everything they do is great. This woman's the opposite. She's an alcoholic who fucking hates everyone,
Right.
And I even like too, like they show. She's not prepared for this. Like when she has to dig a grave in the backyard for her partner, it looks fucking hard, and it is hard to dig and rock like that, know. And she's struggling and nearly passing out from doing it.
Yeah. So I think that even if Vince Gilligan did something like this, he's smart and he doesn't just do it in kind of that Disney way. So the only thing I'll say is this, and I don't know how people will take it. I think that if we hadn't had the last maybe 8 years of programming from Hollywood, if we had this series as is, I don't think anybody would be asking any questions if it's woke or not. It wouldn't even be on anybody's mind. The problem is that after so many years of all of this crap, now we also have this kind of Is it a predisposition? What am I supposed to? What word am I looking for? That we see it and we're all already
Well,
like,
it's a
oh,
knee-jerk reaction, isn't it, now?
yeah, it's a
Because,
knee jerk. You're like, oh, well, you put in a lesbian, and maybe now
yeah.
it's this whole woke thing. It's so terrible that I'm thinking that way. You know what? It's
Yeah,
not
it is.
even limited to lesbians. Sometimes now, and I hate to say this, maybe I should keep my mouth shut, but I'll say it anyways.
Not on
Like,
air.
no, but I'll see, like, in the past, I used to watch a movie or a show, and if there's somebody that walks in that's like, from this background, from that ground, or from this ethnicity, from that ethnicity, I wouldn't be thinking about it at all. Like, I would be thinking about nothing. I would be thinking of, oh,
Yeah,
what story are they telling? Now,
yeah.
when there's, let's say, like a white person talking, and then somebody comes in that's like more diverse than that white person, I
The question is there.
automatically, my brain thinks, is this a situation that now this person is going to make the other one look bad now? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I already think it just because I see they both arrived on the same scene, and especially if it's from a certain studio. If it's like Disney, and we were like at the casino gambling, there is a 90% chance that the white person is going to there's something wrong with that person. Do you get what I'm saying?
But you have to remind yourself, because again, like the sort of time travel that in this show it works. The I always say this now, and the youth probably don't even know what I'm talking about. The United Colours of Benetton, which was the advertising in the 90s
remember it,
for the
yeah.
Benetton clothing company, and
Yeah.
they always made sure they had every colour of the rainbow and everyone. I say it, and I'm thinking there's 20-year-olds thinking, what the fuck is the United Colours of Benetton?
Does Benetton exist anymore?
Yeah, does Benetton even exist
Benetton
anymore? Yeah,
I don't know.
They were huge.
they were the first company to sort of make sure they would have, in one shot, they would have 12 people,
Yeah.
and they were all different ranges
every
of colour.
continent and yeah.
Yes. So that's what I mean. So in this show, when like we meet the other people like her, and it feels like that. It's like, oh, they've ticked every bloody box here. We've got an Asian, we've got an Indian, we've got this and that. But in this show, it actually makes sense. Like, it works, and it's
At least, yeah, it does.
yeah. But because we see it pushed in stupid ways, you sort of in this show, you got to remind yourself, oh, hang on, I think this is a good show where it actually makes sense
Right.
that this is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's so mixed. Like it's
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
That's the thing. I think a lot of people, when we look at this stuff now, like you said, we kind of have a knee-jerk reaction to seeing, this, oh, well, they had to put in that person because they're this identity group or whatever. But yeah, in all of these productions, it doesn't matter what it is, this or anything else, if that diversity and those characters are organic to the story, then that's fine, right? Like, that works. It's okay if if you have the black characters and brown, white, and whatever. If it's just organic to the story, or maybe in some cases it actually is meaningful in the story.
Yeah, that's right.
For having someone from a certain culture or someone from a certain background. It's
And I
just when
think
it
in this
feels
case
like
it is
it's
meaningful.
Yeah,
It is
yeah, it's
meaningful to the
just
story.
shoved on
We're
you.
looking at the human race,
yeah.
what's happening to us,
And it feels very spread. There's so
Yeah.
many nice shots when all the planes
it's
landed,
great visually.
and they were all
Yeah.
Oh,
taxiing
when
in one at a time, and then
Yeah.
like the trucks at the supermarket were crossing each other as they were parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Sounds-
did that in the first episode when
Yeah.
she says, "Leave me alone," and they said, "Okay,
Yes.
well, we'll just give us a few minutes," and then you see everyone opening the garage doors at the same time, and their cars all backing out at the same time. Yeah,
You could turn the sound down and watch it, couldn't you?
I
Yeah.
see when they first did that and all left, I just thought there was something going on that she was missing out on. I didn't realize it was because she said she wanted to be left alone. But then you start to learn that everything she says, they just do. Like,
Yeah.
I want the supermarket full again. And so 20 trucks turn up. Like, it's-
And then so
they-
every wish is granted. And then
Yes.
you're asking yourself,
yeah. Then we get that conversation at the end of the third episode, which is where things really go, really go crazy. When she earlier asked for a grenade, jokingly, and they bring her one, and then she learns basically that they can refuse no request from her. Anything
yeah.
she asks for, they'll do it. So they have this lovely discussion about, what if I asked you for this? What if I asked you for a nuclear weapon?
which, again, was really good.
But then he
'cause-
does kind of gulp, doesn't he? with
Yeah,
that
like
one?
they're playing with that idea, and they're like, "Of course, of course." And then when she goes that far, and he's not
It's the
sure if she's
first time
serious,
he's hesitant.
yeah, and she's like, "You can say no," and he's like, "Well, we'd prefer you didn't have one."
But but if you really genuinely do want a nuclear weapon, then okay, sure, we'll get you one. It's like, oh my god.
And even with the, I've got a question. Obviously, in Australia, we don't have weapons. In America, you can have whatever you want. I mean, you two guys probably have grenades handy. You can check this with, for all I know, and machine guns. But
yeah.
we do have weapon envy in Australia. We want to be able to go and blast things away as well. But that is not how a grenade works, is it? You know how there was fire everywhere? Grenades are just shrapnel, aren't they? And that exploded.
Depends on the grenade. Yeah.
Does it? Because when that exploded and they looked out and they burnt the unicorn. Now I said to Polly, if I just put out, there's a scene where they set a unicorn on fire. That's really going to confuse people what's going on in this show. But the truck with the unicorn painted on it, I was quite fond of that truck. But I was thinking, is that how I thought grenades were just shrapnel and you wouldn't have flames everywhere? But you can get ones that do that, can you?
There's different types. There's ones that are concussive and there's ones that have shrapnel and it just depends. But yeah, the way that the fire is kind of spread out everywhere, that feels a little dramatic. It would likely not be quite that much, but they had to find some visual way to to represent what was there. But
that was a quick lesson into how careful she should be. And like
exactly.
We meet the Playboy dude, and this is where we're talking about different races and cultures and things like that. But he's not a perfect dude, but he's sort of showing that, like, a guy sitting in the audience going, man, this looks pretty good, this situation he's got himself into. But then they show he's not the nicest guy, and these women he's sleeping with and that don't really want to be doing it, But it definitely brings up interesting questions.
Well, where did he get that from?
That they don't want to.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
When they were, he wanted to take her guardian or
like her guide.
Her guide.
Yeah, was it Zosha?
Zosha.
Yeah. And she's like, do you really want to go with him? And she was like, yeah, sort of. Get on Air Force One and take off to Vegas to stay in the Elvis room, which was his dream to do. So I've got another super chat here. And this, sorry, Price, I'll get back to you there. Now they're having a go at me about the name here. They said I got it right the first time, but now I can't remember how I said it the first time. So, Shan, is that how I said it the first time? 4680?
I think so.
Okay, just two more because it gets you so excited. Listen, you don't have to stop at two. This is, again, more than YouTube's given me in a long time. You were right the first time with how you say my name. Answer your emails. You're now 2 years behind. I have to apologise. I am the worst with emails. And never take it personally. I'm also the worst at recognizing names from emails. Like if I'm in the emails,
messages too.
I'm in that world, and then if I'm in Twitter, I'm in that world, and I never think they combine. And it'll be the same person will email me, and I'm completely confused with who they are. So that's my brain capacity.
To be fair, we've known each other for a long time, and even if I send you a DM. I know that it could be that for a whole week you won't even look at that DM, and I could be asking a question that's relevant to that moment. I'd be like, "Hey, do you want to do this, this, and this?" And then a week later, you pop up and you're like, "Hey, just saw this now." But it's not like one time. That's usually what happens.
Got a strange relationship
That's
at
usually what
time.
happens.
And I don't have this arrogant thing where I think that is just how it happens in my
Right,
life.
I know.
And I get to the weekend too, and I can't deal with the Twitter nutcases. I need to set up a separate messaging app or something to talk to people that aren't going to hassle me about fucking Predator Badlands and having sex with that character all weekend, so I can avoid those idiots. So yeah, I do apologise. I'm behind in my emails for 2 years. It does get to a stage where I'm too embarrassed to get back to it because it's been too long. So it's better just to hang on, I nearly what's going on? Ooh, I nearly accidentally left the stream. Which,
So anyway, you're talking about whether this guy was living the dream.
hang on, I got one more.
Okay, one
You
more.
said two.
Oh,
I have a it's the same person that's angry with me about the emails, but I'll get back to him. I have a landline. Indians keep trying to sell me solar on it. I get those calls on my mobile every fucking day. That's not part of the comment. Sorry, I added that in. As a Sri Lankan, I'm obliged to mess with them. All these super chat paid for by New South Wales Health. Yeah, that's New South Wales in Australia. That's fantastic. It's the best thing New South Wales Health has done in a long time. Has kept Robot Head going. So So that must be great if you have an accent and you can do it back to them. So
Good tactic.
yeah, I do like
it.
that. I do miss but they're all robot calls now. And I do miss the real person because you used to be able to have fun with them. Like I don't get many real people anymore. The solar people I do, but most I don't. But the real people, did you guys used to get there's a problem, it's Microsoft Tech support, there's a problem, you've got a virus on your computer. Did you used to get those calls?
Yep.
I don't know if I really got the virus on a computer. That sounds more like an email. Usually in an email, somebody will tell you that you have a
They
virus.
were the best calls because they if you wanted to get out of it, you just say you had a Mac and they didn't know what to do.
Yeah. So that's funny. I run Linux.
yeah, exactly. Or I used to just make up types. And this sounds so lame now. I told them, they said start it up, and I said I had to get on the bike. I had to pedal the bike to get it going. And they just stay on. You can virtually say anything. And it used to be fun keeping them going if you had a few drinks and nothing to do. But now they're all robocalls and the bloody solar panels. So I don't know why they want to try and get me to put more solar panels on. But
So you might enjoy this land if you're the only human and you can actually talk to these.
oh fuck yeah! I was watching the start of this show thinking this looks pretty bloody good. No work.
You can just mess with them constantly.
Even that. Sorry, look, Price. I know you're trying to say something. I'll shut up in a second and let you talk.
Oh, no, don't worry. I didn't say anything important, yeah.
Even when the little things like she gets a pile of mail, they bring all her mail to her, and it's all bills and junk, and it's like she doesn't have to deal with that again. She doesn't have to deal with any problems. They'll bring her any food for now. They'll bring her any food she wants. I tell you, when they delivered her breakfast, I was starving at the time watching it, and they delivered that breakfast. I thought I would have wolfed that down, and then said, "Yeah."
So it's all in how you see it. It's either threat or opportunity. Which
I would have had a mouthful of food going, yeah, fuck off. Yeah, stop coming around here. Where's the sauce? You got nothing to drink with this as I'm shoveling it down, telling them to piss off. So, yes, but they do questions. Now, Price, please say something. I've talked over you like 5 times.
Oh, no. I was just going to say that there was a time, I don't know why. I just remembered it because you were talking to me about people like calling you. I had a robocall, and I'm talking, this is probably like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I don't know what. And every time I would pick up my phone, it would be like my cell phone. I'd pick it up, and there would be like you know how on a steamboat there's like a foghorn or something?
Yeah.
So I think it was somebody selling a cruise, but
Are you a time traveler?
right. So it was somebody selling a cruise, but it was a robot selling the cruise. So what would happen is I'd pick up the phone, and then I hear like the foghorn thing, and then there's a guy that says like in recording, "This is your captain speaking." And like every time I heard this, I got so annoyed. And you don't know how many times. There were months. Every time I'd pick up the phone, and each time it's like from a different number, and I didn't know, and I'd pick it up. I'm like, "Don't be the foghorn," and I pick it up, and that kept happening to me over and over again, and I don't know why. That's like a Twilight Zone episode.
You need to get a whistle or something and give it back to them.
And I always think to myself, what was the game plan? What was their end game? They think I'm going to hear this foghorn and this stupid thing, and I'm going to buy a cruise from a robot? Like, what's the end game? Sometimes I don't understand.
Hey, don't be bagging the robots. Robots can be cool.
You know what I'm trying to say. I think it's just a numbers game. They're hoping that, whether it's a human, which we get less of these days, or the lazy robocalls, they just hope that 1 out of, let's say, 1 million people is going to have money and be stupid.
Well, that's obviously worth their time, isn't it? Because they keep doing it.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of time it's taking advantage of the elderly.
Yes, the poor oldies. They just their whole life they work for some bastard to ring up and rip them off. I know. There's no protection.
I say this
them.
because I had not my aunt, but a relative who we refer to as our aunt. Anyway, we went over to her house after she passed away to help clean up, and she had like 14 juicers. What? Why do you like juice? No. So we figured out that she had some scammer had figured out that she was not all there, and kept calling back and selling her these juicers, and that they had ended up taking like several $1,000s.
Maybe she had a
for
fetish and
money.
she thought OJ was going to turn up.
It could be that. I don't know.
She thought the juice was going to turn up and run a touchdown on her.
Yep. She had a real thing for
Did
OJ.
you see someone responded to Emperor Goodwin was responding to Price?
Oh, yes. I had that on the screen for a minute. Yeah, why have I got?
Look, Price, was my best idea at the time. I'm working on a new script to sell you a timeshare on a cruise line. Maybe it's people, like you said, people maybe would have dementia or something like that. They're looking for older people. I always think that there is a target audience that they're looking for, and I'm sure that regular people like us are not going to fall for the foghorn and the captain. Although
Why
robot
did they try and hit you
interesting,
so many times, though?
What?
Why did they hit you so many times?
I don't know. It's like I couldn't get rid of them, and I was the target of this thing.
Sounds like a friend, doesn't it? Like fucking with you.
Sounds like one of your friends.
It does.
Could be a friend, yeah.
Oh man, I miss the days of phone line answering machines that you'd hear, the answering machine start up in the other room. And I think it was an insurance guy around once because I was making a claim or something like that, or a loan from a bank or something. They came to the house and the answering machine went off, and it was one of my friends going, "We know what you've done." and like 10 minutes of me trying to get in there and turn it down with a stupid friend saying, we've been watching you and all this crap from the other room. Anyway, the answering machines were always a lot of fun. I miss those. And now I won't leave a message on anyone's phone if you paid me. And if someone leaves a message on my phone, I'm so fucking angry that it could have been a text. Like if I see someone ring and then it comes up, miss message, they've left a message, I'm like, fuck!
I never listen to messages. I don't think anybody listens to them anymore. And I don't have the greeting either. It used to be that you want to say like, "Hey, it's me. Thanks for calling." But now you just want the machine to talk. Whatever that robot is, you want them to talk to that.
The trouble is, it's always my mother robot. I've told her so many times, don't leave a message, I'll call you back. And I see her number and then it's a message like, oh, Jesus Christ, mother. So it's that could have been what pisses me off, a new segment we're going to bring up later. So let's finish up this show. Would you? So is it woke? Have we agreed it's not really woke? It could be. Depends how you watch it.
It's not really woke, but it's at a time where even something that could be mildly interpreted that way is not always well received. If he would have asked me in advance if now's a good time to do a show where the main lady is a lesbian, I would tell him like 10 years ago that would have been great. But now I think people have a bit of fatigue and are suspicious. So maybe go in a different direction with it. And with that being said, I'll still give it a chance. I'm going to watch this season. I like Vince Gilligan, and I'm going to give him that minimum credit. I'm going to watch this season, see where it goes.
And I think it's balanced too, because I like it. There's nice little digs shoved in, like when they turn off all the lights. And she says, "What are you doing that for?" And they're like, "To save energy." And then she says, "You donated to some charity. We thought you'd understand." And it's like nice little digs, like it's celebrities who, tell us to stop using power and they donate to a charity. And then they hop on their private jet or boat and bloody tour around the world, burning fuel like there's no tomorrow. So, yeah, I think it's quite balanced that way. What do you think, Professor? Do you think woke or not woke?
I'm not convinced that this is woke yet. There's definitely some elements there that feel like it's borderline. But I'm more interested in the story. A lot like Price has said, I'm going to give this a season. I'm going to give the rest of the season here to see where they're going with this story and how this is actually going to play out. And it's not so much woke or whatever that I think that I have to just walk away yet. So yeah, I'm going to.
It's not the feeling that you're left with, really, is it? When you watch it, it's not really the feeling you're left with.
No. And I am curious to see where they're actually going to go with this idea of the individuality versus collectivism. How much is maybe we're going to keep finding out that this collective is not all it's cracked up to be.
It'd be funny if the collective all started turning on each other, because now you know that your neighbour down the street stole your mower.
But they're all the one thing. They're
and
the
that your
one
best
entity.
friend's been trying to sleep with your wife for the last 3 years.
Yeah, but it's the one entity, so it doesn't work.
Yeah, but you can still beat up another entity.
What? It's yourself.
only in the thought, not in the pain. If they could just all start hating each other more, like maybe
that's not going to happen.
No, they're all too nice. So woke.
They are not a they.
Do you think it's woke? You don't think it's woke? I'm guessing.
No, I don't.
Righto.
Yep,
Jesus,
I just don't.
elaborate.
I don't.
Just put me in my place.
I like all the characters exactly as they are this time.
I would,
for once.
Yeah, I would recommend everyone checking it out. Well, at least the first 3 episodes have been good. We'll know today if the 4th one has kept it alive. It does feel like at any moment it could. At the end of episode 2, she ran out and stopped the plane to get her little helper friend back.
Yeah.
And at that moment, it's like, oh no, is it going to tip over? And all of a sudden, it's about those two hanging out together.
We're all bitter and jaded now. I understand. We are.
We are.
We'll wait and see. But so far, so good.
Now, guys, have you got another 10 minutes before you have to go, or is it less than that?
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're good.
We've got 10 minutes. We can quickly do something else.
What about? Oh, no, go on.
Did you want to say?
I thought there was a Leslye Headland story.
Well, that's what I was going to go to.
Good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I was going to be quick about it, but let's see if I can be quick about it.
Yeah.
And let's see if I can stop coughing at any stage. I've been bloody coughing for bloody months now. Now, where is Leslye? Now, Leslye Headland news. We all love hearing about Leslye, don't we? So, Price has got a special place in his heart for Leslye Headland.
That is true.
Yeah. You've had a special meeting with her, haven't you? Whoops, did I lose? There she is. Isn't she beautiful? I don't know if the word, they used to call some women handsome,
Yeah.
which always was a sort of backhanded compliment that you look like a man.
I will
Catherine
always say the
Hepburn's
same
handsome.
thing that I'll tell you. When I met her, she was very thin and blonde and had makeup on. And I know that what you're showing here in this photo.
And a different name. And it wasn't her.
That'll be the
Years
funniest
I've been
twist.
saying it's
That'll be
her.
the funniest twist in the story if it wasn't her, but it
I
actually
like that twist.
it actually was her. I will still say, listen, I'm not saying that I thought she was like a drop dead gorgeous, the most gorgeous woman ever, but I will say that like thin, young, and blonde, and like makeup and dress like a woman more and more womany. It wasn't. It didn't look like this. That's all I'm saying.
I just got a quick super chat here from Marcus A, and this is a good one. Robot Head, love your channel. Thank you very much, and thank you for the money. Question for $4.99. Question for you on the panel: why did the Running Man fail? Now, if you want the full answer, last week that's what the show was about. We talked about Running Man and went through why it was failing. So, just in the quick version, it was just a bit boring and flat, and it wasn't very good. But the full version is last week's show.
Yeah,
so
he needs the juicy details, so he's got to listen to it.
yes, that's the full rundown. But we all saw it, and I think Professor, had you seen it last week, or
No,
have
I
you
had not seen
since?
it. I made the dreadful mistake of trying to watch it later. It was not good.
Were
it
we
was-
correct in our assessment?
Yeah, on the money. It was sometimes it was just frenetic, wild pace. Sometimes it slowed to a crawl. Almost none of the characters make any sense. The ending, it feels, as we kind of were talking about last week, it's like it's tacked on. They sort of, I think executives came in and said, I don't like your ending. Do something different. And
It's
so they
weird,
had to
isn't it?
rush to put something else in there. And it just
Makes
does
no
not
sense.
work.
It makes that ending
No.
makes no logical sense to me. And,
So
and I
overall,
told you
better than
that
most.
I feel bad. I feel bad that YouTuber. I don't want to say something bad about that YouTuber at the end, but man, is that an annoying ending? That
Oh,
whole
yeah.
YouTuber. Maybe
that was
because
bad.
we hang out on YouTube, their version of the YouTuber seems annoying to me. It's like the Steve Buscemi thing with the skateboard.
Yeah.
That's
Hello,
the
fellow
YouTuber.
teenagers.
How's it going, fellow YouTubers? That's what that
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
seems like to me.
Mhm.
And it's Edgar Wright again, which is weird. It's like, did he even have anything to do with that ending? Like, Shaun of the Dead and those films are the opposite of that. He's so in tune with people, but I mean that's a lot of years ago now.
Yeah.
Like maybe we all get older. Maybe that's he's just grown past being in touch. But yeah, that YouTuber and the outfit, the get up, and sort of busting out of the screen and hey yo, fellow kids, this is how he escaped. It's like fucking, aren't we watching a movie here? Not this shit. So yes, but it's failed badly, hasn't it? I think it's like. It just hasn't done well at all. I think it's losing money, isn't it? Like they all do.
I haven't checked the numbers recently, but no, I don't think it's doing very well.
I think it's a flop.
Right
Huge
now, let's see. Where is it right now? 31 million worldwide right now.
Cool, not good. Marcus also said for another $4.99. Thank you very much, Marcus. She finally replied, why the show failed. Yes, this is Leslye here. Have you read what she said? I'm about to read it now. But there's an interesting part in there. She does talk about why, in this interview, why the show failed, and it's more of the same, really. But there's a bit about YouTubers in there. Has anyone else seen this article?
No, I saw people were sharing some snippet, but I didn't get a chance to look. What was she saying?
Well, I'm just...
she saw your videos?
Well, it's virtually what she says. I can put it on screen, but I can probably just read it.
This will be the best thing ever. If she's like, there's this robot that says all this crap about me, I'll be really pleased.
So the headline sounds like she's saying her own, how Leslye Headland, this is the headline, is forging ahead with diverse stories amid industry's rollback and what really happened with the Acolyte. And she says...
she looks grumpy and miserable with this photo, even for her.
Oh, yeah, she does. And she... we've got that, and then she made Star Wars show. I think this is her quote. I think we're in a really interesting in-between place right now, Headland told The Warp, of the current marketplace, and she continues to develop and produce her things. That's not the bit I was going to read. That's the boring bit. Why did I copy so many bits? She's saying it's challenging at the moment because there's a rollback in DEI and female-led projects. She's saying they're more wary about those projects now. But she was more or less saying it was a bad time to release the show in an election year. It was a bad time to release a show that was actually fucking garbage.
Right.
You didn't have the pleasure of watching The Acolyte, did you?
No, I didn't see
Holly?
it, no.
Boy, did you miss out on a lesbian fest. Talking about lesbians,
you.
my God. That show was... surprisingly dreadful. She talks about just why she got fired. I was not surprised by the cancellation. I think I was surprised at the swiftness of it and the publicness of it. She said, I was surprised by how it was handled. But once I was getting particular phone calls about the reaction and the criticism and the viewership, I felt like, okay, the writing's on the wall for sure. So this is while the show was being released. She learned something vital on The Acolyte. And how she saw online creators, many of whom she'd followed for years before she made a Star Wars show, even paying into their Patreon. And she talks about reviewers, YouTubers that do reviews and recap about the show. See, when I first read the headline, I thought she was going to say, because the Acolyte is going to be remembered to be more important and more of a cultural impact than the original Star Wars.
Okay, yep.
But she's saying now that she thinks the YouTubers and those people are going to have more of a cultural impact than Star Wars.
True.
She said the IP is going to make money. And she says the content that is being put out by the streamers or the studios is being snatched up by those other creators. So commentaries, synopsis, live videos, all of the ways that these creators make money through viewer-based ad revenues and their Patreons. There's a lot of money to be made, she said.
Is she asking you for a job?
I think she wants to work with Price. And by the way, have it. Get your coin 100%, she
Come on,
says.
get her in.
But it revealed to me, this is her quote still, that there is a misunderstanding between the studios and the engagement. They think of it as a fandom, and in ways it is, but studios use it almost like a focus group. This is YouTube she's talking about. Ultimately, Headland thinks we could be moving towards a world where the content being made about Star Wars will be more culturally impactful than the actual Star Wars, which was a surprise to me. Now,
Yes, interesting.
I want to get everyone's opinion on this and quickly because I know you have to go. But the headline read that she was going to say the Acolyte and these things were going to be more important than the original Star Wars. But she's thinking that the YouTubers and that Disney give them too much attention. Now, we are some of those YouTubers.
So you are the Disney focus group.
Well, when people say they don't care what you say, like about videos, I agree and say, yeah, they probably don't care what I say. And that's fine. They're still making garbage. But apparently she's saying they care too much about what YouTubers say and that she cares about what they say too. What do you think, everyone?
Maybe she's just buttering, buttering up the opposition. Maybe this is a tactic.
To get, and it's not all good. And she says, she goes on to say, I know who these guys are. You don't have to tell me who's talking about it or how bad it is online. I know exactly who they are. I'm just waiting for her to say robot head. Those days might have passed.
A member of your Patreon?
Yeah, I supported them on Patreon. There are some of them that I respect, and then there are some of them I think are absolutely snake oil salesmen, just opportunists. Then of course there are the fascists and racists. So she goes down that way. Of course she has to. So after saying how great they are, there's the fascists and racists. I don't know where I would sit amongst this if once she thinks it's good or a racist. So it runs a gamut. It isn't, I'm back at quoting her, it isn't just one thing or the other. So I think that if you're in part of the fandom, you understand the genre and the tone of particular channels and creators. So in some ways I wasn't surprised, and then in other ways I was disappointed that we didn't like her show. I think you, back to the quote, I think you always do that when you create something. It's just that Star Wars is on a massive level of visibility. So she's saying that YouTube's going to have a bigger culture. Well, YouTube in general, but she's saying the commentators on, things like Star Wars are going to have more of an impact than Star Wars itself. What do you think about that?
I think if Star Wars itself was good, then the impact would be that people would be talking about something that they like. And all of this stuff is all mental gymnastics. Respectfully, she didn't do a good job with the Acolyte. I don't know why she continues to rehash this thing. If I were her, I would try to find a new project that doesn't suck and try to push that one and not focus on her past failures.
Well, I suppose they ask her, don't they? But yeah, the look at this great comment. And this is a freebie. I don't watch Star Wars content. I do watch Robot Head reviews, so she might be right. Is that you, Leslye?
But they brought it.
Captain
They ruined
Finity,
the
Time
brand
Travel
health.
Police. That's too good a name for it to be her.
They destroyed the brand health, and now this is just a part of it. And also, even with the brand health being bad, her show was the worst. I mean, even that Skeleton Crew show, which I didn't like, there were some people at least that didn't hate it. I don't think that the discourse was as bad as the Acolyte, even though I personally didn't like those little twerps. But some people liked Skeleton Crew, and it's fine. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Skeleton Crew. That's the first one I haven't finished because it was just it wasn't for me. None of it is. But it just sort of like if they'd done Skeleton Crew, like they'd made I say this about Mando too, the problems in that. If they'd made a great sequel trilogy and they were making good films and Skeleton Crew came out for kids, you'd be like, that's great. And it's sort of like, I felt like talking about it. Well, I just didn't have the interest in it. So I only made it halfway, and that was the first show I've bailed on. But even now, I don't know if I'll be going back for any of the shows. But yes, Leslye, is she correct? What do you think, Professor?
I will say I do know for certain. Well, no, not for certain, but I'm certain that who it is that she supports on YouTube on their Patreons or whatever, that it's not anybody that's in our circles. I'm certain it's going to be Star Wars Explained. It's going to be Kyle Katarn, and it's going to be those shill channels.
So
that
even
would
the
never
shills-
say.
Even the shills didn't like it. That's what she's saying?
But she had photos with those guys.
Oh, yeah. All
on
of
the
them.
premiere. They got invited to the premiere, so I'm sure they're the ones she supported.
Yeah,
because
but she's watching you.
yeah, well, they were meant to
She's
be the
watching
ones
you.
to rave about it, and
Yeah.
a few of them tried to rave about it, but you know.
But Star Wars, as it is coming from Disney right now, it has no cultural impact at all because it's terrible. Nobody cares anymore. They cut their audience in half when they did Last Jedi. They destroyed. They just split it in half. They sent some people just running for the hills who just weren't coming back. And then there's some people who still stuck around. They said, we're going to give it, we're going to try. Maybe there's going to be other things. And they got, some stuff like The Mandalorian came in and they're, maybe there's something, maybe there is still something. There's a hope for the Star Wars that we can get from Disney. And then they blew that to hell, as we kind of already talked about with a third season, which was astonishingly terrible. And then we keep getting other stuff that's just, it just feels like every new thing that we get is worse than what we got before. And we do have some places where there's some enjoyable content. We've got Andor. Andor was half a good show. It was extremely boring and dragged out, but then had some really great moments in it.
Like the wedding. That was a highlight for me.
Oh, the wedding. That was a high. Yeah. We got a DJ, whatever, disco ball bot dancing around. Yeah. But no, there was some really good stuff in there. But for the most part, I think a lot of the audience is just gone. And they're going to learn this for certain when we come back around to this movie next year. I just don't think people are going to show up for it. So yeah, I think that the commentators on YouTube probably are making a bigger cultural impact than Star Wars itself.
I didn't think I'd ever turn on it, so to speak. But
yeah,
I just don't like the universe now. Like it looks muddy and boring, and nothing's exciting. And what really emphasized that is when I watched something like Alien Earth that looked a lot better and had huge problems and annoyed the hell out of me. That hurt more than if I watch a crappy Star Wars show now. Like, I actually don't care about Star Wars anymore, except for the original 3 films. And I watch these for fun and to laugh and make content, and I just don't care anymore. I don't care about the universe. It all looks boring. It all looks the same. Everyone's...
I was still hoping that maybe there was a chance there was something they could do that was going to be good. I remember watching Ahsoka and realizing Star Wars was never coming back. It's done. It's done. This, it doesn't matter what other shows they make, doesn't matter what other movies they make, doesn't matter what the next season of Mandalorian. No, Star Wars is toast. I agree. It's
like
just gotten so terrible.
And on that positive note, I'm late for my other thing.
Oh, go.
We will finish up now, but if you want to jump out early, go for it.
I'm so sorry.
No, we'll finish up.
Don't want to keep the other people waiting. Thank you so much. I love being here. I love this show, and I hope we do this again next week.
And we'll talk before Thanksgiving and see how you're going next week.
All right, sounds good.
We'll clean up your mess, Price. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Just one more super chat. I mean, so happy. I didn't have super chats turned on last week. I think they've changed the system, and so I thought they were turned on, but no. Danish cartoonist, $5. How are you?
Thank you.
How you going?
How you going?
Robot head. Yeah, clanker. Been a fan since the TLG fight breakdown. They were many moons ago. Need more of these Aussie chud streams. Cheers, big fella. Well, hopefully, no, not hopefully, definitely you'll be getting them. So I'm enjoying the streaming. It's been good to do. The videos, well, YouTube don't like me. We'll get into that next time. And let me just flick down here and see if there's any others before we finish up. So Leslie's probably watching right now and trying to get a super chat in before we go. But for next week, we want... I've written down here. Hang on. I've got a banner I can put up here. Is this the one? No, this is it. We want mail. We want problems to talk about. And they can be anything. They don't have to be. They can be if your girlfriend's annoying you, or your favourite YouTuber doesn't do enough content, or anything, just something that annoys you. And so send problems, send things you want help with, just advice to I won't choke on it, robotheadmailbag@gmail.com, or on this new Twitter you can send to, because the DMs are open on this one, not like my normal one, at The Trigger Show on X. that we call Twitter. Never going to call it X except for that once then. So at The Trigger Show or robotheadmailbag@gmail.com. Send in your mail and we can, help you with your problems and talk about it. Look at Leslye. She's a guest now.
Oh, nice to see you, Leslye.
Wouldn't you love to have her on?
Yeah.
Yeah, just have her on but be totally brutally honest. That would not be good. So, Professor, do you have anything to plug? You and Price have a lovely show.
Yeah, me and Price are hanging out together on Tuesday and Thursday evenings for the Night Owl over on Price of Reason Live. That's Tuesday and Thursdays, 11:45 Eastern. So yeah, we'll be hanging out there a little bit later tonight here, U.S. time. And then, hey, I hang out with some friends over on a channel called B-Roll Stage for the B-Sides show, watching some old movies, having a little fun, riffing on them live. We do that Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. So
The Night Owl. Does it have something to do with that secret men's club, that Bohemian Grove elite? Do you know that one?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
There is a connection there,
They
isn't there,
burn
between
a
the
big
Night Owl
ale
and...
Yes.
effigy, don't they?
Yes.
There's something is that their emblem or something?
You're more or
The
less
Night Owl?
saying, Professor, are you a pedophile?
No, it's not pedophiles.
I
It's
am,
just
I
like
think it is.
no, it isn't. It's an elite. Like it's meant to be the financial.
Oh, I've heard stories.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Yes,
They-
human sacrifice, children taking the. Oh my God! Yes, you didn't get into.
I thought it was
kinds of
men
wild
sitting around
stuff.
sipping cognac, discussing how unqualified the rest of us are.
You went to the wrong part of
Oh.
the internet to look it up. You got the cleaned up version. Yes, I didn't get that version. So no, the Night Owl show has nothing to do with that.
Okay,
Yes.
just checking.
No, we're not worrying about doll care or any of that stuff. It's not part of it. No.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us, members and patrons. Leslye, thank you very much for that money you've sent me. Make sure everyone joins us next week, and make sure to bring your mates. We'll see you soon. Bye now.
Bye.
Tiger blood pumping, robot is ready to go. No place for land whales, 'cause it's time to go.